President Barack Obama has vetoed the Keystone XL pipeline.
President Obama has vetoed the Keystone pipeline bill.
President Obama has vetoed a Republican bill that would have approved construction of the Keystone XL pipeline.
And I can confirm for you that if this bill passes this Congress, the president wouldn't sign it either.
I'm going to give you this information, and I want you to listen carefully. And I'm going to say this right here. It doesn't even matter what side of this issue you're on. Let me repeat that. The American population, the American citizenry, is being screwed no matter whose quote-unquote side that they think that they're on. I'm talking about the Keystone Pipeline XL. And keep that in mind. The Keystone Pipeline extension. Now, why do I say it doesn't matter what side you're on? It doesn't matter because the game is fixed. You think that you are actually siding with something when in fact the game is rigged against you altogether. There is no side that you can choose where the American population is going to come out ahead. A major contributor to the Democratic National Party owns the rail line that currently brings the crude down from Canada. The pipeline would cost him $2 billion a year in profits. It has never been about anything else. So today, Obama vetoed the Keystone Pipeline XL legislation that Congress all got together and passed and sent and put on his desk. He vetoed it because his pal Warren Buffett owns the railroads that are currently moving the oil. Simply follow the money and you'll see this. And the game is completely rigged. The mainstream media reports this in such a way as if they were reporting to kindergartners, because that's who they think you are. You're not getting the full story. The entire debate about the Keystone Pipeline XL is just lies and stupidity. The State Department approved this a year ago, but you don't even understand that that's what happened. In this entire debate of Congress actually speaking on this, of Obama vetoing legislation, that is not the process at all. This entire thing is a charade. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is it clicking? Are the gears clicking yet? Anything on Capitol Hill talking about Keystone Pipeline XL with the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate and the White House is fake. It's all a sham. This entire thing is a smokescreen. If you go to Wikipedia, it's going to tell you about the Keystone Pipeline. It's going to tell you that it was already built. It is already working. As Thomas Goodman points out, there is already existing pipeline from the Canadian tar sands area to the Gulf. All the proposed Keystone XL segment would have done is create a shortcut from the same location in Canada to Steel City, Nebraska, where the already existing pipeline diverts a lot of the oil eastward to Illinois, leaving unused capacity in the segments that run southward to the Gulf. Construction of the Keystone XL segment simply allows them to utilize the excess capacity created in the existing pipeline from Steel City to the Gulf created by the eastward diversion at Steel City. The only ones who would have received any real benefit from the Keystone XL segment would have been the Canadians, who would be saved from having to build a pipeline across their own territory to one of their own coasts from shipment to countries other than Canada and the U.S., and from having to assume the risk associated with the pipeline. Why should the people of the U.S. assume all the risk as well as the costs in terms of land seizures and ecological damage while reaping negligible benefit from shipping all of that volume from Canada to overseas destinations? The answer is that the people of the U.S. should not. And let me just go into detail about that land seizure. The land seizure that we're talking about includes Native American lands, sovereign nation lands. That's how sinister this thing is. Now, I'm not for or against the pipeline at all. this entire XL thing is it's all a sham. It's all fake. But if they want to build the XL extension, they would have to seize Indian land, to put it in terms that most of you understand. Now, are you for seizing sovereign nation Indian lands, Native American lands? Is that what you're for? I bet a lot of you didn't even know that the pipeline was already constructed. I bet you 90% of you who are all up in arms about the Keystone pipeline didn't even know that you're not talking about constructing a pipeline from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. I bet you didn't even know that. I bet you thought that we would be constructing this 50-year pipeline and no, we're talking about an extension, Keystone XL. They said it to you. They put it in broad terms right there in front of you. They just never explained it. And here's the real catch here. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of pipelines. So all of you ecological people and all of you EPA cheerleaders, you're just complete morons. There's already thousands of pipelines already built. Pull up a chart of pipelines in the United States. You would not even be able to even distinguish the Keystone pipeline that's already built. There's so many. Now, pipeline disasters are infrequent, but they have happened. And in fact, they are trying to hire people at $60,000 a year to inspect the pipelines. Some of these states. So if you are up for $60,000 a year and you have some sort of experience, that's a fantastic job. And it is a necessary job because that would serve to protect the population from any potential disasters. And the current disasters that have happened, as infrequent as they do occur, has been because there was no inspector inspecting it. In terms of his reasoning, I'm talking about Obama, for not signing in regard to lowering emissions and it being an environmental hazard, it does not matter. All of it is being shipped by rail. How much emissions are put out by freight trains? How many derailments have we seen the past few years with oil trains? Either way, the oil companies will move the oil, whether it be by pipeline, rail, or some other necessary means. It goes to St. James, Louisiana, put through a refinery, and sent overseas on a ship. All of it is a political dog and pony show. Obama's job bill sucked, and this XL pipeline bill is not a true jobs bill either. If either side wanted to create real jobs, we have a whole country full of infrastructure that needs, which could use funding instead of paying to rebuild other countries, all while funding war after war. Let me reiterate, they are already sending the oil by train and by truck across the United States. They are already doing this. They're not halting tar sands in Canada in waiting for this pipeline. I'm telling you people, you've been had. You have been completely had the wool pulled over your eyes. There is no pipeline, quote unquote, to be constructed at all. They are talking about a shortcut. That's all they're talking about. The Keystone pipeline has already been constructed. It has already been approved. It has already been built. The State Department itself already approved it. Everything that you see in Congress is fake. Now, why do you think they're having this charade? So that you will still believe that the Democrats are against the Republicans. This pipeline has already been built. It's already been approved. Nothing that you're seeing is real. Now, I bet you, I guarantee you, 90% of the people watching this video will not believe me, even in the face of the reality of it. Go look it up. It has already been constructed. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.